All right, welcome back to Day Trade Like a Pro. It's July 14th. Let's go look at the S&P 500. And we're also going to cover a couple of things that I wanted to go over. There's a training that we're doing right now for the people who signed up for that. I wanted to cover a couple of things. There were some questions about why we did certain things a certain way today. So let's just start off with what we initially talked about, which was if you take the move from basically what we did is, so we have the CP here. So we take this move, which was the low was 54.50, up to where they broke above the CP was 64, and then bring it back down to the CP. And that would give us this first target, which was 70.75, and then 80. And then we had another target above that right here, which was 89.5. And then we had the CP here at 88. So there was a bit going on up here. But the big thing here is that we're really expecting that we'd come up and see 88. So we said this morning that if 53 area held, then look for higher. Otherwise, there was possibility we could see a bit lower. So this was kind of the first thing that was early on, and it really kind of the best thing. And if you look at, I mean, it wicked right through here, and then so this big candle that kind of blows through this area, to me, that's confirming this is an important area because it took all this buying to get up through there. And then we've got this wick up through here, comes down again, another big candle up through it, and then a pretty decent candle through it here, and then they end up holding to the tick right here. 1, 2, come back up here again within 1 tick, and then drop. And where do they drop? They literally drop here, 1 tick below here, and then a pretty decent bounce. This was actually a trade we did in our live trade signals. So really, I mean, this was really good what we had right here. And if you go and then going back to this was if we have this also drawn in here, this was the low, sorry, this was the low right here from the early on in Globex, and they came right down to that. Okay, and then we've had a pretty decent move up off of that, but haven't quite, broken high or anything. So let's just talk about after we drew this, and I'm going to get rid of that now. What happened was we haven't been up to here, and we went way too high up through this 80 area to not think that would be valid. So let's talk about what else we could possibly use. So we could go off of the Globex low, which was at 50, where they broke right here and came back right there. That gives us 74 quarter, and you can see they came back right here, reacted off of that, reacted off of it here, and basically, two different times right here. And then let's see, we can get rid of that. So this is 53. Nothing's going to be all that different. Really the only other thing I would use, I would use this up to there and back down to there. And that gives us the same. So watch this. If we drew, so you notice how this was this low right here. Let's just mark this off. So this low right here is 54.50. And this low right here is 56 quarter. But notice that when we draw using the prediction point, and we draw up above here, and we come back down to here, notice that we get these two prices right here. Okay. Now, when we go right here, and we draw from here up to the top of that one, and we bring it back to the prediction point, we get the same prices we got earlier. Okay. And so those are two of the things that, I mean, that just, to me, that really just confirms that. Now, the next thing we get here is we get this break. So this is really the only other kind of thing. There's two things here we can use. So we get that break of the prediction point, but it didn't break anything like anything from the Globex low or anything like that. So that would give us this 4250, which possible, but we didn't break anything that we talked about that we would need to break in order for something like that to happen. And then the other thing we can use is we can use this and bring that back to here. And that would give us this up here is 79.75 is a good target for another leg up. So obviously the day ended, we didn't get that next move up. And now, real quick, let's go look over at tomorrow. And what do you notice? Things kind of change here, but not all that much. So no CP up here now. It moves up higher to 44.10, but nothing's really changed. That we still have that target from yesterday that's up at whatever that was, 89, whatever I said that was, 89.50 or something. So we'll just kind of see how this plays out overnight here. And it's possible, let's just do one thing here. So it is possible that be 46.50, and if they hold that and come back up here, that'd be 80.25, but we already had that 79.75, so that's probably pretty useful. So we'll just see how that plays out in the morning. We'll be back here, we'll do the pre-market, and we'll go from there. Hope everyone has a great night, and we'll see you here in the morning.